About 12 years ago, there was this kid, and he was hanging out at his grandparents' house with his cousin. And the cousin, switching channels, caused this kid to see Mr. America, Kurt Angle, and Brock Lesnar versus Big Show, Charlie Haas, and Shelton Benjamin to appear on the TV screen. And the kid was interested. A few weeks later, the cousin, once again, switched channels. And on the screen was Chris Benoit busting open the nose of Matt Hardy with a crossface. The kid, about to get into amateur wrestling himself through middle school and the beginning of high school, saw that and said, I know this whole thing is wacky, but that's pretty fucking cool. My name is Jacob Randlett. I'm from Newfields, New Hampshire, a very small town up here in New England. This is not my home. I feel like it'd be a little bit more poignant if it was my home, but it's not. This is just a very nice house that I'm dog sitting in. I'm 23 years old, and at this point I've been watching wrestling for over half my life. And I could say something like, man, wrestling just ain't the same anymore. And you've heard that from every Hulkamaniac and Attitude Era fan. But god damn it, even 2003 feels like a lifetime ago. It feels like ages ago that I was clicking through and I go to Fox Sports Net and I see Jeff Jarrett, who I recognize from the WWF Attitude game for Sega Dreamcast. Once again played at my grandparents' house with my cousin. And I say, hey, I know him. Minutes later, I see AJ Styles, and I have a whole new avenue of wrestling in my life. Not long after that, I'm on wrestling websites. And I get onto obsessedwithwrestling.com. And as I'm looking up wrestler profiles, I get linked to this. I go on to Chris Sabin's profile. And I keep seeing this company, Ring of Honor, showing up over and over again. And I'm like, this place has AJ Styles. Hey, this place has Samoa Joe. He's been kicking a lot of ass in TNA lately. This place has Christopher Daniels. What is this place? I love wrestling. But I know that in 2015, I need to try harder to be happy with it. I am 23 years old. I am an accountant by day. And I really like accounting. And I'm very glad that I discovered partway through college that that's what I wanted to do. But accounting is not a job that'll make you 100% happy 100% of the time. And sometimes it lets you down. So instead of saying, well, let's try the same old thing over and over again, because certainly something different will happen, and I'll be happier. But I'm not an insane person. Or at least I try not to be. I do something different. My name is Jake Renlund, and I'm also a big theater fan and theater participant. I am an actor and a singer, and a pretty good one. And any chance I get, especially since college ended, I get out there when I'm feeling blue about the job. And I go and find an audition. And fuck, they may not even cast me, but at least I can say, well, I got to perform for somebody. And I found a new way to be happy. And I stopped being complacent. I like to think that I live in a world where if the hottest product in the world isn't the WWE, isn't TNA, the two most prevalent television wrestling products in America, that's okay. Because I'm not afraid to look elsewhere. Because I want to be happy. I can look at NXT and I can say that may be the developmental for the greatest, largest professional wrestling organization in the world. But it's not even close. That is a much hotter product. That is one of the hottest products in the world. And even then, you can look at Dragon Gate, which I'll admit, I don't watch nearly enough of. And by the sounds of it, I'm missing out big time. Because in addition to a very solid in-ring product, which certainly does appeal to a certain taste, because it's very particular, it's also one of the best booked products. It rewards viewers paying attention and respects the history of what's happened. And even then, there's New Japan Pro Wrestling, which the past 3-4 years has been on this run of in-ring action that rivals anything that's ever happened in history. This is a golden era if you're looking for great wrestling matches, and New Japan is giving that to you. With all these different resources, why the fuck would I give a shit about WWE? Hell, WWE isn't even doing their own product the best. That's Lucha Underground. They're off doing WWE Chikara mixes of outside the ring stories wrapped around a competent, very competent wrestling product. Very well presented. Pretty damn good action, considering that the idea of the show is more TV show than wrestling show. So why the fuck would I watch WWE when someone else is doing it better? Why the fuck would I be complacent? Why would I say what Bill DeMott is doing is fine? He's just being a trainer. I get it. After a session with Stu Hart, your arm might hurt and your neck might be a little tweaked. But when you get to training the next day, he's not going to call you a faggot and bust your lip open without you looking. Stop settling. There are way too many ways to be happy with wrestling, with life. And we're going to be pissed off. Even our favorite things are going to make us upset sometimes. But that doesn't mean we don't keep looking. That doesn't mean we don't keep trying to see what's out there. What's the next thing that makes you happy? Do you go back to something old? Do you try something current but a little outside of your usual realm? My name is Jake Ranlett. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Newfields, New Hampshire. I have a loving girlfriend that I've been seeing for 2 years now. I'm an avid theater lover, theater enthusiast. I am a good singer, and I'm a good actor. I'm an accountant by day, and I love my job. And I love, for more than half my life now, professional wrestling. And in 2015, that's not something you hear enough of. I love professional wrestling. Even if it means I have to work at it a little bit. Thank you for watching this. And cheers.